3, 2, 1. Oh my God, that's cold.
Wow.
Welcome back to You Betcha Radio Podcast, the coldest podcast in all the Midwest, presented by FairwayMeatMarket.com. I'm Miles, the You Betcha guy, here with Ryan, the T-shirt guy. We have a great show ahead of you. Charlie Berens is in the house.
Charlie.
We talked to him about our 2020 together. We shared a lot of laughs. We had a great time in 2020, did a lot of videos. We also then took a trip down memory lane about the past 100 episodes together, Ryan. It truly has been a journey. And then we wrapped it up. Lakin pitched us some New Year's resolutions for us. So she is coming up with things she thinks that we need to work on in 2021. Before we get into the episode, we want to talk to you guys about FairwayMeatMarket.com. It's all about the meat. Fairway is a great spot to get all of your meat needs as guys, as men, as carnivores, as well. It's a big carnivore month, I guess.
It is, yeah.
For the carnivore diet. But if you're a guy, we have meat needs. Just like every species has other different needs, we have meat needs.
That is correct.
And you got to get your meat needs met. And the best place to do that is FairwayMeatMarket.com. They have all of the best cuts. They have all of the best meats, juicy, tender. They actually handpick all of the cattle one by one and don't buy them in lots, actually.
They say, I want that one.
I want that one. I want that one. So you're only getting the best meats possible. We actually have a You Betcha package with Fairway. If you go to their website and you look up the You Betcha package, it's got ribeyes, it's got filet mignons, it's got burgers, I believe.
Yep.
It has a side dish. They got a bunch of great
Pork
side
chops.
dishes. Pork chops. You name it, they got it. Use promo code YouBetcha. That's YOUBETCHA, all one word, for $100 off that package plus free shipping. So it's a great deal. Again, head to FairwayMeatMarket.com, FAREWAY, meatmarket.com. Just meat. Wait.
Best meat.
No. You meet your meat needs.
Yep.
Damn it. Maybe fulfill your meat needs. There we go. Jinx.
Wow.
Let's just get into the show.
I would venture to say it's almost the nectar of the gods. Back, baby, back. I want my... Oh my God, that's cold.
Oh, you betcha, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Hello, and welcome back to episode 100 of the You Betcha Radio Podcast.
100!
I am Ryan, the T-shirt guy. And of course, on episode 100, Tyler, the camera guy, is not with us.
Tyler, the camera guy. Where
R.I.P.
is he? I don't know. Yeah, Tyler's out today. He came down with the sickness, as they would say. Not the sickness you're thinking of. He just was like, I think he's just been vomiting. And then he went and got COVID tested and he was negative. So he's just puking. He just pukes Magoo. He's the big time puker.
He's just got a little tummy ache.
He's just got a little tummy ache.
Tyler just got a little tummy ache.
Tyler's got a little tummy ache.
Yeah, and what a great episode for Tyler not to be here.
Yeah.
Episode 100. We hit triple digits, Miles.
Yep, we're doing 100 like we did one.
Correct.
Just you and I. Well, and Jake a little bit, but he, whatever.
Jake's here.
Jake's here.
Hey,
whatever.
Jake.
It's almost like he's not. It's almost like he's not here. But so don't worry, Tyler. We'll get it.
We got it, Tyler.
You just go puke, and we'll do episode 100 without you, even though it's a walk down memory lane, and you're part of those memories.
Half of them.
Don't worry, Tyler.
We got it. Tyler, we got it. Don't worry.
Yeah, we got it, Tyler.
You know who we're going to replace with Tyler's spot for segment number 1, though, Miles? Someone near and dear to us in 2020.
Charlie Berens,
He's
guy,
back.
is back. Definitely our most reoccurring guest on the podcast and our content. So this episode's just gonna be a walk down memory lane, talking with Charlie. You and I are gonna reminisce, and then we'll have Lakin at the end. So not much other talking we need to do, Ryan, I don't think. Right?
No.
Nothing else. So let's not sugarcoat it. Here's Charlie Berens. Guys, welcome on again and again and again, Mr. Charlie Berens from the comfort of his own home, as I can see here. Charlie, what's up?
It's an honor, fellas. It's an honor. And while you're sitting there, please help me pick the color paint on my wall.
Oh, yeah.
I'll be taking a poll. Yeah. What do you think works best? Keep in mind the lighting in here subpar right now. So.
What color trim are you going with? Are you gonna stay with the brown, or are you gonna go?
Yeah, no. I mean that is wood. That is real wood. And so if you think I'm gonna be painting that, you are false.
Yeah,
you are wrong.
Okay, then I would probably go. I would just go. I'd go with the third to the right.
Okay, so right there.
Nope, one more the other way. No, other way. Right there.
The lighter one. Okay,
Yeah.
so you're going lightest.
White and bright is very in right now, Charlie.
Is it?
Yes.
Okay. Wow,
So,
I wasn't actually expecting you to know that, but I guess, with all the money laundering that you do in the buildings you're purchasing, you're like an interior design guy these days.
I am an interior designer these days. I would like to put on the record, especially on the record for the fact that I have a business podcast. I am not laundering money. I feel like I need to come out and say that.
Yeah.
It's like when interviewers are like, can you please, it's the easiest question ever, right? Do you condone, or are you approving of blank? And it's like the worst thing ever. The easiest answer ever is just be like, I do not support that. And that's what I did right there. I do not do money laundering. So there we go.
No. You see this face? This is the face of a guy who definitely believes you.
There we go. Okay, so we wanted to have you on, Charlie, because you've been the most reoccurring guest, mostly because I think that I think you just keep showing up places and we're there. It was mostly what keeps happening. But I believe in 2020, we met up 3 separate times, I believe. One in January, one in June, and one in August. So it was 3 separate times. Let's just go through the year. January, we shot the one that's probably the most watched out of any video we've done together, is the Husbands at Target video.
Yes. 4 times, by the way. 4 times, because that we met up in
well, that was
Minnesota.
November.
Ice fishing.
No,
Small town bar.
No.
Small Town Bar was 2019, but then we did ice fishing. That was January. And then in February, we met up in Los Angeles to do Husbands at Target.
Yes. So actually, in the last 14 months, we've met up 5 times. So that's quite the thing. So, okay, yes, you're right. We did the ice fishing video.
Yep.
Then the Husbands at Target. Have you locked your keys in your car since that video?
Funny, very funny story. I'm glad you brought that up, because that was probably the best $250 I spent in 2020. And it was exciting for me. So during the Husbands of Target video, I was looking around for my keys, and I asked everybody if they had them in their pocket. No. Well, as it turns out, they were in the trunk. And then the next question was, who knows how to break into a trunk? And nobody could break into a trunk to be guaranteed that the repair would be less than $250. So we just decided to call a fella who makes keys. And So that was
my question is we were in the parking lot with your car at all times. Why did you feel the need to lock it in the first place?
Glad you asked. I didn't lock it. I did not lock it, actually. What happened was this car, beautiful car, 2010 Toyota Corolla, LE. The thing is I broke the little puller thing. I pulled it too many times, and that's a problem.
Yep.
People have. And so I pulled it too many times. I wore out the cable, and I could no longer open the trunk from the inside of the vehicle. So the vehicle was never locked. And then we tried to pull the seats down in order to just get into the trunk, but the contraption to pull the seats down was in the trunk. So again, it would have been a more expensive fix to destroy the seats.
Yes.
just to get into the trunk.
That's an issue.
So,
Charlie, I want to follow that up. Have you been rear-ended since the Husbands of Target weekend?
who got rear-ended?
Let's just say Charlie had some car troubles during that shoot because we had to come back again, remember? And you got an accident the next day. And that's why you were late.
No, I forgot about that.
Sorry.
The reason why he
that
did
was I wasn't rear-ended. I don't think. I think I hit somebody.
way better.
But if I said
Yeah,
I got rear-ended,
you did.
I totally lied.
Yeah, I was just
I
gonna
totally
say
lied.
the
I
reason
hit
why he
somebody.
doesn't remember is because one, he either hit somebody or he needed a legit excuse that we wouldn't ask questions about of why he was late.
No,
It was
get
one
it
of
now.
those
I
two.
get it.
I would have at that point in our relationship, Miles. I would have just told you I was late. I was very late too for that. No, that was I won't go into. I hit someone in the Hollywood Hills. It was embarrassing actually because the real story. I don't even know what story I told, but
Real story.
Yeah, you haven't told us the real story.
We
there
are
was a
just
car
finding this
parked.
out here for the first time as well as the listeners. So
yeah, there was a car parked somewhere in the Hollywood Hills, and I hit it, and then I did the thing, where you get out, you inspect the damage. There was really not that much damage. Fellow comes out, we have a conversation, sees there wasn't that much damage, but he wants to make sure, calls his insurance company. And then there was some sort of a police presence, we'll say. It wasn't that the police were called. They would just happen to be driving by. Just wanted to make sure everything was hunky-dory. Had a couple conversations with the insurance because I think there was a buffing issue. And this was it was a nicer car than mine, we'll say. And
what
my
nicer
car
than a
is-
2000?
It was a 2011, okay?
Yeah, nicer than a 2010 Corolla. Are you kidding me?
LE. So,
LE, yes.
and those do exist out in California, believe it or not.
Yeah. So basically, Charlie was late to everything the entire year. I'm a late person. I am late always, but Charlie makes me look like I'm early for stuff.
Yeah.
No, dude, don't do me like this. This is not. First of all, ice fishing video day 2. I was there 45 minutes before you were, and I had to stop at the grocery store or the Fleet Farm actually to pick up a bucket.
I actually
bucket.
don't remember that. Probably selectively, but I'll take
recall.
your word on that.
Charlie, what was it? A white Frable bucket, if I remember?
Ooh, wow. You could be 100%.
Is that here
correct.
somewhere?
Well,
in the bunker?
I just want to let you know that bucket is in good hands. It's got some slime on the bottom.
No.
It is being taken care of.
You use it for fishing now?
Wow, I was just sitting
So
around.
literally, okay, this is great. Another car story here. Charlie went to the store, bought a bunch of gear, probably because you forgot some of your gear. And we got done with the video, and he starts shoving stuff into his car. And I'm not joking you. It nothing more could fit. Not even jammed up in the corner of the car. It was that full. Now, granted, you were on the road doing shows at this time, right? And we're talking.
I had merch in the back.
Nothing more could fit in this car, and so he just looks at me, and he's got just this bucket is just full of a bunch of gear he just bought, maybe a total of $70 worth of stuff. He's like,
Yeah.
It is now yours, Miles.
I really regret that because there was some nice stuff in there. I was crunched for time. I was late for something.
Oh, weird.
I know. See, but it goes on two ends, Miles. Yeah. I continued shooting until we got the proper shoot before. It's not like I got there late and left early. Also, time out. On that day, I got there early. So let's not rearrange the story. Right. But I will say that was a very nice bucket. That was one of those buckets, if I recall, it's got the nice cushion seat on it.
Yep.
Yep.
I will
you're welcome.
I'll re-gift that one day, Charlie. I'll re-gift that.
Yeah, that's a nice one, and that's not going to go anywhere for a while. I mean, when the world ends, it'll just be cockroaches and that bucket.
Yes.
Yeah, it'll be in my garage.
There's a few things in life that are guaranteed. You got to pay taxes. We're all going to die. Charlie's going to be late, and he's going to leave us with some of his items. And
By the way,
that brings me to the
thanks
next time we met up, Charlie, and we did the
Yeah.
cow versus deer video.
classic.
You left
which
your
you did not believe in. You were questionable. You were questioning
Well-
the legitimacy of the idea.
We will dive into
for
that
some time.
after I say that you left not only your cow suit, which is very important, but you left your sister's bag in my truck, and we had to
Right.
return that to you later on. So
Thank you for doing that.
that is another thing that he left. But
and
let's talk
yes.
cow and deer.
cow and deer. Also, by the way, Lakin got in touch with me. She's sending me my water bottle, which I also
From
love.
August.
Yeah.
From August. Yes, another
Yeah.
time.
So I always like to leave a hanky behind, just so I have an excuse to see you again, Miles.
Yeah, maybe leave his earrings on the nightstand or his necklace. Maybe
Have you found the necklace?
Oh, wow. I can't wait to look for it when I get home.
It's on the nightstand at the lake house.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wait. What? Oh, cow versus deer. Are we
Yeah,
going
that was
there? I
that
can't
was
see your-
originally your idea.
That one was my idea. I was psyched about it for a while, and I had no script really until we were driving up there, probably 45 minutes to our destination.
The amount of times that we have told each other that we've been working on a script and that the fact we've never wrote down anything is actually quite unbelievable. I've been working on this script, I can't wait to show it to you when I get there. We'll just share some of it now. It's like, oh, I can't find it. It's in my bag. I've been writing it. We don't actually have anything written.
No, and that will bite us in the ass from time to time. But sometimes not having a script has been our best material. Don't make me pull out specifics on that because it's probably not totally true. But
Yeah.
a script is always nice because you're going to leave with something. It's going to be at least this level of okay. But we usually find something.
Yeah, it's like the cow and deer one, Charlie, I will say I was a little bit of a naysayer at the beginning. I was like, are you sure that this is not making us look like we are absolutely on drugs? Which I think we actually did it in a way where it didn't seem like we were on drugs.
No. And I will say my favorite moment in that whole sketch is the beginning when you're like rubbing your antlers up against
Yeah.
the tree because it's like you've been watching a lot of hunting shows. So you always know like the shots, and then your like look was pretty dead on. So I want to thank you for
Method
doing your
acting.
character research.
Yes.
And I'm really nailing the.
Well, that's
the
what
part.
happens to me is I see videos of how deer behave in the woods, and then when I'm sitting in a deer stand ready to shoot one of them during deer season, I don't see them at all. It's kind of been my luck lately. So, I guess I recently I wouldn't know actually how they behave, but from what I've heard, that's how it is. There's actually a few clips of me too, like hopping up in my New Balance shoes in that outfit that didn't make it into the video. That would be fun to pull.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Yeah.
That's unfortunate. Yeah, shoot. I kind of remember you doing that too and thinking that was funny. I haven't. Why? You should have mentioned that before we released it.
Yeah, we can maybe find it.
We'll find the footage. I think you should do a reel with that.
Yeah, I think we should. Your cow outfit, by the way.
It's my sister's.
You could. You borrowed an outfit from your sister?
Yeah, the cow outfit, which is one size fits all. That's why you have my sister's bag, because it was in a bag that said Nora, because it was Nora's Halloween costume.
So it was, but you couldn't hear anything we were saying, right? Because the fan on the inside was so loud.
Yeah, I mean, I could hear muffled versions of it, but it was difficult for me to really get into the scene in that.
Charlie, what kind of
sketch.
research did you do before that character?
Thanks for asking. I did watch a lot of Cowspiracy, so
Yeah.
I saw the trials and the tribulations that your average cow can go through, and then I just I just kind of did some driving around and looking at cows from afar. I used my binoculars actually to get up close, and when you can, the thing I like about the binoculars is you can become a cow's neighbor or a deer's neighbor without needing to live next door.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Correct.
Yep.
Mhm.
You always kept trying to work in the phrase, my teats are sore. I believe during
Yeah.
that video. I don't know if that actually ever made it into it or not.
It was part of the research.
But you really wanted to work that phrase in. What was the thought behind the phrase, my teats are sore?
Thanks for asking that, Miles. I think a lot of people, and let me just take it a step back. I've done a lot of working with cows throughout the years, and a lot of dairy farmer stuff we've done, and so I've gotten a little intimate with some cows, not in a weird way, but like in a in fact, I was at one of the technical schools and we were learning how to give birth or how to help a cow with a breech birth. And so, we were just learning the different parts, and I was asking them, I was talking to them, I was like, so what's the biggest mistake people make, regarding cows? And I think one of the like nurses, I don't know what their technical deal would have been, or docs, vets, that's the right word. One of the vets in training, so I'm not sure if that was at the level of nurse vet. I don't know what a nurse vet is, but you know what I'm saying. But she said that the thing that people tend to mistake is they pluralize udders and they don't pluralize teats, and so there's udder and then there's teats. One udder has lots of teats. So
Oh yeah, I suppose. Yeah, that's
you can
that was
cut
a really
this
long
explanation
story
out
for
of the
that.
podcast.
We'll note that.
Edit this down.
Yeah, I think that that shoot turned out pretty good. We could probably rake over the coals every video we've ever done and talk about all of the stupid shit that we did. One other thing that comes to mind is that we met in August. You were on the podcast. We were at the lake, and you were doing some bird watching amidst the podcast, and also had you on to get an update on that. I see you had your binoculars. Can you talk us through your new binoculars for that?
These are brand spanking new, and these now this is a little Christmas present.
Are those
to myself.
Canon ones? Do they take
Canon.
photos?
Yeah.
Yes, image stabilization, 10 by 44L ISWP 6.5 degree.
So tell
I don't know
me,
what
that
any of
actually
means.
takes photos?
Yeah. See, here's the button right here.
That's...
Now I've got to get the deal. Let me see if I can't do it. Anyway, I'll tell you this story. I was actually out doing a little bird watching. Okay, I was out just the other day, and I saw some I took photos. I'm thinking maybe I'll show you here if I can find them. But anyway, I saw some tracks, some fresh tracks. There was a snow going, so I looked at the tracks. Okay, and let's see here. Okay, there you go. Now, what do you see?
Nothing.
What do you see there?
Nothing.
Okay, hang on.
Is that a hoof?
No.
Or a
How
paw?
about this one? This is a better shot. Oh, you got it? Ah, shoot. There you go.
Is that a paw print?
Yes, it is. You are very. Anyway, I was looking at that. Now, what I determined, and if any of your listeners want to disagree with me, that's fine, because I would love to learn more. I do believe, and here's a better print. I believe we're looking at a coyote. Now,
I thought it was gonna be something
I
cooler.
could be wrong, but I think
I thought he was
it's
going to
the
be like mountain
closeness.
lion.
Hey, I could be wrong. And then, but to do it, there's the scat.
Oh, God.
Okay. So I found the
Yeah,
scat.
that looks
Okay.
like a coyote right there.
Yeah, so listen, so what was cool is I followed these tracks, and they were walking tracks, and then I saw the tracks change their positions to look like running, and I was like, why is it running? So I walk about 5 more feet, and then I see deer tracks coming from the other end of the thing, and then I followed this chase through the woods for a little bit, and it was just a sight to be seen. You use your imagination to think about the coyote as it was going and chasing this deer.
I wish I had the time that you have. Wow. That
You know
is-
what, Miles,
what a Tuesday afternoon,
This was a Sunday morning. It was the weekend. I had to take a break. Okay, I had been working very hard, and this was my R&R. All right.
Okay.
And anyway, I bring it up because I got so excited I almost forgot to test out my new binoculars, but I did end up testing those out. Thank you for your concern.
Yeah. You could start your own Instagram page like Charlie's Bird Watching and just only post the photos of that you take with those binoculars.
I may do that.
Yeah. Is there any big time highlight that you think of when you think of 2020 and the You Betcha Charlie Berens collabing of all of 2020? What's like something that really sticks out for you?
That's a great question. One fun one was when we did the, I mean, you already brought up some good highlights, so I'll skip the ones you've already mentioned. But two things. One, when we both dove for that tip up on the ice in the ice fishing video, that was a lot of fun because it was very real. I think I legitimately fell.
We were in full sprint.
Yeah. And when I dove for it for the next 2 weeks, I had problems feeling this part of my arm. Because I just landed funny on it. I think I have some lasting nerve damage from that shoot. So that was fun. And the video that I think was really most impressive was the jet ski versus canoe, because we went into that shoot with zero script and somehow came out with what I thought was a pretty good video.
It was that one and the bonfire one were the two. No, we had a bonfire script and we just threw it out the window in the middle of the shoot.
Yeah,
we shot for literally 35 minutes. And after 35 minutes, we hit a wall and said, nope, that last 35 minutes doesn't matter. We are starting a new video right now. And what you saw is what you got, you know? So, yeah.
And we were doing it at a time of night where the light was changing drastically enough that we just had to complete it, and we had to complete it in a timely manner. So it's nice when you have that like pressure.
Yeah.
You can kind of
we were fighting the sun most days.
Oh no! Wait, what'd you say?
I said we were fighting.
Sorry, 10 million views. Max just showed me it's 10 million views on that video where we had no script,
which is a nightmare for Max and Tyler because they're like, these guys just think that they can do this every single time now.
You see, that's the problem. That is the problem. When you go in, and I think what showed us that was the TP log cabin. We were like, we don't need a script. We can just waltz into this, and that video did
10 million.
Too good as well.
Yeah.
But that's why you showed me that. What was our bet? What was our bet on
the kayak one? It was like you said it was 10 million.
I said 10 million. Tyler has video. Yes, it took 6 months to get there, but 10 million. I am now waiting for my. You told us so, Charlie.
Hey, I will send you a water bottle that you may or may not have left. That's your prize.
That's very
that you
kind
won.
of you.
Yes.
Are you sending that, or is Lakin sending that?
I'll make Ryan do it.
I'll send it.
Okay.
I'll send you. I might send you a bucket too.
Yeah, send me that bucket. That'd be great. And also the $70 worth of stuff inside. That'd be nice.
Oh, he happened to lose those. Weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, no kidding.
I would agree that was kind of a highlight. Basically, we decided we didn't have to write scripts anymore. We could just show up. I actually think that where we hit a wall on that is we were on borrowed time when we did the world's worst fishing show.
We milked it a little. I actually think s'mores might have been the beginning of the
end.
We also released all those within like 2 weeks. So I think people were like, okay, we get it. You guys
we're hanging out.
Had no scripts.
Yeah. So, s'mores was definitely our worst video we did in 2020 together.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
So,
and the fishing show, I didn't think that was too bad. I thought that was kind of funny.
Yeah, it was good humor.
Yeah.
But, man, I appreciate you coming on yet again.
Thanks for having me.
Not a bird watching update today, but instead a tracking. What do you call that? Coyote tracks.
Tracking.
Yeah.
And if any of the listeners think that that's a different beast, I'm open to being wrong. Okay, it's not like I do this professionally. So just don't be mean about it. Don't be like, oh my gosh, how could you not know that was like a mountain lion? Which
would have
Do not
also, yeah, that'd been
go
bad
around
for you.
Wisconsin. That would have been we do have some cougars here, though. I'll tell you that. So.
Hey-o.
Hey, yo.
Cougars.
No, real cougars.
Oh, real cougars. Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I thought that was just a nod to just beautiful middle-aged women in Wisconsin. I thought that's what the nod was.
There are those as well, but no, this is an actual kitty cat. That's not a kitty cat,
Yep.
That'll eat your kitty cat. So.
All right, man. Well, thanks for coming on. Cheers to 2021 for you.
Cheers, fellas. Great work. Hey, congrats on 100 episodes. That's huge.
Yeah, you're on your way too.
I've got a long way to go, but good stuff, and can't wait to listen to the next 100. Okay.
Okay. And ladies and gentlemen, that was Charlie Berens. You never know where that baby's going to end up when you talk to him. Didn't know we were going to be talking about cougars in Wisconsin. That's
binoculars.
That's where we ended up. But now we're going to take our first break. You're going to hear from Holiday, and then we're going to take a trip down old memory lane, Ryan. Trip down memory lane.
Memory lane.
I was waiting for you to rhyme something with that,
I
but
know.
we all know your rapping skills. So.
Yeah.
All right. That's our work. We got to talk to you guys about Holiday gas stations. I actually, Ryan, have almost finished my Holiday coffee for the day. We're doing this a little later in the day than we normally do.
Yep.
And no matter what drop you're on, the first or the last, this thing is delicious through and through.
I finished mine already on accident.
Yeah, Ryan forgot we were doing the podcast later in the day today, finished his. But if you're looking for some great coffee and you're looking for somewhere to pick up some snacks, fill up with gas, get a car wash. If you're in the right state, you can maybe get some scratch offs.
If you got low tires, fill those babies up.
Fill that baby up with air. It's an abundance. They fill abundance of your needs at Holiday gas stations. We love them. We love Holiday coffee. Like I will go out of my way. I go across town to get coffee from there versus somewhere else. And so you got to check them out. If you haven't, if you have, just keep going back. Just keep going back and live your happy life with your happy coffee. It's what I'm trying to do right now. It just wakes you up, gives you that warm, fuzzy feeling on the inside. Head to your local Holiday gas station. Get yourself a cup of Holiday coffee. All right, guys. So Tyler is sick.
He's gone.
He's sick. As we said earlier on the podcast, he did get tested for COVID, negative.
Boom.
So he's just sick. He's just weak.
He's got a bug.
He's got some other bug. So we have the Midwest Giselle here filling in. It's actually quite weird because on the one episode where it's a walk down memory lane, Tyler can't be here to.
He's not here.
So we get
Triple digits.
We get to touch on the 2 episodes that I was in.
Yeah,
Those are the only 2 episodes we'll talk about.
That.
Yeah, we're gonna skip over that.
But we did ask on the You Betcha Radio Instagram if anyone wanted us to talk about certain things. This is just going to be a total like sappy. Hey, remember this? This was funny. Here's some behind the scenes on that. Blah blah blah. So that's what this is totally going to be. So this one's kind of for me and Ryan as humans to look back on, as well as those people who have been listening to the podcast for a very long time. This one's for you, my guys and gals. So Jake, what do you got for us? I know that you got a list of stuff. Tyler left you with a list of stuff for us to kind of touch on. What do you got?
Tyler left us with.
Oh my God,
Tyler didn't leave us with the list.
Classic Tyler fashion.
Call him right now.
All right, I'll call him.
I think he probably texted it to you or something.
To not show up for episode 100.
This is okay. We're gonna start off here. Call him.
Yeah, I'm on.
This is classic You Betcha Radio.
Yeah.
The amount of times we've been ill prepared, the amount of times we haven't been absolutely ready to go when the mics turn on.
Here we go. Hey, Tyler.
Tyler, we are on the podcast right now. I know you probably can't hear me very good, but can you send the list of stuff?
Got Tyler. All right, here. We are live on the podcast.
Tell them to send you the list of stuff.
Send me the list of stuff that people wanted to reminisce about.
Oh boy, let's hear it. You want me to list some stuff off for you, or you got it?
Just send it to them.
Just send me.
Huh?
Just send it to me.
This
I
is
emailed
going
it to you.
good.
Oh, he emailed it to you, Jake.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, so, all right. Pull that up.
All right,
Wow.
I got it.
Love
Thanks,
you,
Tyler.
What a great moment. It just got taken over
I know.
by Tyler and Jake.
It's
Miles,
just-
we're trying to sit here and reminisce, and these two knuckleheads they're impeding on it.
so Ryan, as we wait for Jake to just essentially just do his job that he should have done before the podcast,
Yeah.
I want you in your own words to kind of give me a little bit of like what it's been like for the last 100 episodes from when we started in my townhome back 2 years ago
Yeah.
versus where we are now and everything like that.
Yeah. I don't remember when I started doing the yep, hello. It was after the voicemail episode, whatever that one was, but pre Ryan the T-shirt guy intro of yep, hello. Man, like I look back at episode 1 and how fucking nervous I was. I literally had everything that I was going to say on the podcast in the notes app of my phone.
Like written all the way out.
Yeah. Yeah. And then like,
Hello, I am Ryan. I print t-shirts like that or what?
yeah, basically. And I think I saw Tyler did a mashup a while ago of like all the episodes, whatever that was.
Cringy at the beginning.
Very cringy. We talked about Bird Box on episode 1. We talked about NFC
Bird
North.
Box.
Yeah, remember that Machine Gun Kelly?
Yeah.
We talked about I think we talked about the NFC North. I should maybe go back and see if I can pull that note back up.
Yeah, maybe you got it on your phone.
Yeah, check that out.
One thing, so you talk about what's happened, everything. I think one of your shining moments on this, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, but Ryan's like, I would say if, at the end of every March Madness, they have the one shining moment that's played.
Yep.
Ryan's one shining moment, he had many, but the one shining moment is when he first initially thought of the, you're in a small town bar bit. That was like, in my mind, like, okay, we're legit podcasters now. We came up with a bit that people actually like.
Yeah, that was like me peaking in high school. That was like that bit was high school for me.
Yeah. Well, and what's funny too is we had that small town bar bit in March of 2018, I believe, or 2019, I believe, and then in fall of 2019, we posted a guys in a small town bar, which was basically a carbon copy of the video of the podcast segment.
Yep.
And then we also had some guy claiming that we stole that idea from him, even though we posted something about it like 6 months earlier.
Right.
And then he started trashing me on everything. That was fun. I would say that was one of that's like a big time highlight in the last 100 episodes, Ryan.
Yeah, that definitely shines over a lot of the lowlights, like the Midwest ASMR video. We touched on that a little bit in one of the podcasts.
Yeah, that was a low.
Huge flop of a video. But man, the small town bar bit, I look back on it, and during that, I was literally thinking of one small town bar the whole entire time.
Yep.
Bit after bit after bit. And it's like, this is every small town bar in the Midwest.
Yeah. I would agree. I still am right in my mind right now.
Yeah.
I got the same bar.
I know exactly where it's at.
I would say that was a big part of it. What is cool, I'm actually really, really glad that we started this podcast before we essentially had a real audience.
Yeah.
When we started it, we had about 70,000 followers on Facebook, which, is a lot of followers, but in comparison to the like 1.8 million that we have now, that's a very minuscule amount. That's like less than 1%.
Basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's like less than 1% of the audience that we have now. And so for it to be really crappy when we were really crappy and had no followers, and for it to grow and become better and better, it's been cool to see, cool to watch.
Yeah. And one thing that hasn't changed with You Bet Your Radio is I actually still remember where I was at when you said we should start a podcast.
I don't remember this.
I remember exactly where I was at. I was driving on 52nd Avenue over the overpass. And I think I followed that up saying, what are we going to talk about? And we still do that every single episode to this day.
That is literally, we sit down and what are we going to talk about?
So what do you want to talk about today? And 100 episodes later, about 3 segments per episode, we've came up with something to talk about every time.
Yeah.
And
Not always been great ideas.
no, but they've been there.
Yeah.
And if you think about it, we have conversed for like 100+ hours on this podcast.
100%. That's a lot. It's a lot of hours.
That is a lot of hours. We should do I wonder what the longest podcast ever has been. You think we could converse for 100+ hours consecutively?
Yikes.
So you're telling me that you want to do you want to go for the Guinness Book of World Records for the longest podcast?
Episode 100, the longest podcast. We're not stopping.
All right. Well, we'll put that in our back pocket maybe for a future
It was
episode.
36 hours is the longest podcast
I
ever.
think we could break that.
I think we could break that
Between
for
the
sure.
3 of us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We could literally start from our very first memory as humans and just keep going on
We could
until
what do they call? We could filibuster and just rotate in.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
keep talking.
Have 2 people on at all times. One person can go sleep for a couple hours.
Yep.
Do it in shifts. And then we just basically take like a 20 questions game and we just rifle through stuff for like 37 hours.
Yeah, I think the most electric part of it too would be when we start getting a little bit delirious and we start just talking about shit that we don't even know what we're
Oh
talking
my
about.
God, I can't imagine.
Yeah, that would be an adventure.
Speaking of horrible things to talk about that makes zero sense, your guys' mountain lion argument was electric.
Okay, before we get into that, hey, so this is also another big thing on this podcast. We talk a lot about stuff that we should want to do
Yeah.
that we never ever do.
Yeah.
I would love to see the stats of like, hey, on this next podcast, we should do this, this, and this. Like, that's a great idea. And then they never do it.
We did say we were going to do a podcast inside of an ice house while ice fishing.
We did
And
do
we
that
did do
one.
that.
We did that one.
That was
yeah.
a good episode. We got basically taken over by the game warden. Came in, checked licenses, middle of the podcast, and we rolled on with it.
Yeah.
That is hidden footage that we may never look at again.
Yeah. So I know we were going with this. I want to go further back. Look for something that's older. That's way too recent.
I'll go to the stuff that I don't know about, like before
Oh,
my time.
talk about
That's a
the
good one.
Wisconsin Dells podcast.
The WWE guy, the one,
White lightning, white
Whitey.
shoes.
Yeah,
white shoes.
yeah.
That was okay. So talk about us not knowing what the hell is going on. We basically booked an appearance at a bar called the Showboat Saloon in 2019. Tailgate or
Bar takeover.
Bar takeover is what we called them. Where basically we just set up a couch, and did a live podcast. But the worst part about it is no one could hear us.
No.
Because the
No.
first like 3 that we didn't have a speaker because there's a lot more logistics than you guys think of speaking into a mic, having it being recorded and also being projected out into the world, into the room. And we didn't have that. So basically everyone was just standing there looking at us and it looked like we were just mouthing words to each other.
Yeah, you're kind of waiting for a laugh and you might not get one because they just can't hear you.
But let's be honest, they were there to literally just drink beer with us. They didn't care
Correct.
2 licks about listening to the podcast live. That was the first and most fun
Agreed.
bar takeover.
Yep.
I actually went on stage. So it wasn't a karaoke bar, but the band let me come on. The band let me come on stage and sing "Friends in Low Places" in front of the entire packed crowd.
I do still have that on video too.
So that was pretty electric. The cheese curd touchdown happened there.
Yep. Another electric clip.
So basically we got an order of cheese curds placed in front of us because in Wisconsin, obviously.
Duh.
And I was just throwing cheese curds into people's mouths in the crowd. And I threw a long bomb and the guy caught it in his mouth and the crowd went wild.
Yeah.
We have footage of it.
Seahawks Packers. The fail Mary.
Yep, absolutely. That's exactly what it was.
Yeah, that was That bar takeover was fun. It all started with us rolling up to the hotel, being like,
The Hairball Hotel.
the Hairball Hotel. Where in the hell are we staying?
We pull up. My brother actually booked the hotel.
yeah.
That was our number one bad idea right there. We pull up and this thing looks like it's just a place for kids, right?
Mhm.
Like it's just a gaudy looking place. And we roll into the room, old as shit. Flip back the covers, big old hairball on the bed.
Oh,
They weren't washed.
It was bad. I don't know
They
what
weren't
was
washed.
going on. So that was that. We also did a thing that we called the pre. What was it?
The pre-show.
Where we literally just were sitting in our trailer
Yeah.
that we brought to bring the couch in and everything. And me and Ryan just talked about nothing for like 5 minutes. And then we're like, all right, let's go.
Yeah, it was short-lived.
And then there was like 30 people there to see us. And we acted like it was the biggest deal ever.
I know. Well, and the thing is too, this was with the new trailer. We had honk if you love Bush.
Yep. That's actually what the background of the computer
Yep,
is.
on the back of the trailer.
There's
And
just
we
my face.
we would always bet as to how many honks we were gonna get by the time we left town to the time we arrived at the bar takeover, and no one was ever close. It was like, are we going through Minneapolis?
It was hit or miss. It was like either we got 35 honks or it was like 2.
Mm-hmm.
There was no constant in there, so that was kind of a mess.
Yeah.
But those were fun. That was like there's got to be 5 live episodes.
Yep.
Throughout You Betcha Radio in the first 100 episodes.
Mm-hmm.
There's 5 live ones. So maybe you got to go check those out. It's weird.
We made do with what we
I
had.
think we made it work.
Yeah,
it wasn't our
100%.
best content, but we made it work. And it was actually fun to do something live, just because this is like chill, whatever. You're sitting here
Right.
by yourself,
Right.
but to have to be entertaining to an audience that listening to it after the fact, and while still entertaining a live audience, that was really tough.
when it was live, and I'm like, I was kind of freaking out. I'm like, this is live. This right now, like Miles said, is chill. And I'm like, holy shit, I can't screw up.
Mm-hmm.
I got to make sure I have everything written down on the notes page of my phone, just like episode 1. And it ended up turning out all right. Miles got up on stage. We all had a good time. That was actually the beginning of my goal of selling the shirt off my back at every bar takeover.
Yep.
I would sell the shirt that I was wearing because someone always wanted it. And at that time, we were just out to make a buck.
Yeah. So that was kind of early on. And then what ended up happening is we got Tyler. That's kind of about episode 56 is what it says.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We got Tyler. It's actually kind of fun that we can talk about him while he's not here.
I know.
But episode 56, Tyler joined, and I actually think that's where our podcast really hit its stride.
Agreed. Yep.
I think it was okay with just you and I talking, but having that third person and that third personality, I think really took it to the next level. All of the bits, the fact that, he's had sex once,
Yep.
that he is from the Great Depression, just all of those bits that are involved around that, I think has been really good. Plus, I think he's come up with a lot of good ideas.
And the fact that he had to wear a suit on his first podcast appearance.
I love that.
It was unbelievable.
He
I was gone. I was on my honeymoon. Remember?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. His
Yeah.
first appearance, he was so bad.
Yeah.
Really?
Like local news guy. This guy's going to be good, He's-
Hello and welcome to the podcast.
And then when you
My name is Tyler Ziegler.
and then when you did your countdown 3, 2, 1, same with Jake. He counted down with you. I'm like, dude, that.
Oh,
No,
yeah,
I
do
didn't.
that.
I didn't do it.
No, he didn't do it.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Remember on my first episode, I didn't do it. I didn't even say Bush
Oh, okay.
because I was like,
Maybe that's what it
Miles'
was.
shtick.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Tyler started counting with me and I stopped and I go, what are you doing?
Yes,
Oh,
that was good. You guys talked about your top 3 worst things about vacation. I believe that was.
Oh, is that what that was?
Yep.
What did he say? He was like, Ryan's line is, wow. Tyler was like,
Oof does.
You know what? Sour taste in my mouth from the beginning. Tyler, he came at me
He
kind of hard.
He tried to come after your shtick.
Yeah, and it was like, this is his first episode on the podcast. I'm like, fucking know your role, buddy. You need a little bit more time behind the camera. to be able to come at me.
with oof does.
Oof does is such a bad one.
I put that one in my back pocket real quick.
Ryan's just got a hit list of people now.
Yeah.
So I think that was a great moment for the podcast. One of the best episodes in my mind ever was the Ryan, your voicemail. I mean,
It had to have been.
Wait, can you find out what episode that's on?
Yeah, I can do some research here.
So for those that don't know why Ryan says "Yup, hello" at the beginning of every single episode is because Ryan really drunk on the 4th of July, 1 month, not even like 2 weeks after we posted our first video ever on You Betcha and had 0 followers.
It's episode 51. Episode 51.
So you got to go listen to that, but I think we should replay it.
Yeah, let's do it.
7/4/18.
Yeah, 4th of July.
Yep. Hello. Wonder what's going on. Figure you're out at the lake right now, as am I. Figure you had a good time right now, as am I. Give me a call back. Let me know what the plan is. And film some fucking You Betcha footage. Get that shit posted up. Let me know what's going on. See you, dude.
That fucking you filming some fucking You Betcha footage.
Get that posted up.
As am I.
Let me know what the plan is.
As am I.
As am I.
That was an electric voicemail.
What a roller coaster of a voicemail.
Yeah, that was 2 weeks in.
That was the voicemail happened 2 weeks in. I didn't find it for like another year later. What episode was it?
51.
Yeah, it was like 1 year later. I found.
I've never heard that voicemail. That is
You've
great.
never heard that?
No, I've never heard the voicemail, but I'm in on all the bits that stem from it.
Now you know where the intro comes
As
from.
am I.
As
am I.
So that was a great moment in the podcast. I think we've had a lot of great guests. Charlie, Dude Dad, Michael Ray, Adam Eaton, Tyler Eifert, Connor McGovern,
Chris
Lane,
Walker Hayes,
Ernest, obviously,
Ernie.
Walker Hayes.
Yep.
Then a bunch of like random local guys at the bar takeovers.
Mm-hmm.
I hope I'm not leaving anyone out, but we loved all of them and had a great time with all of them. Oh yeah. Oh, Cold Pareko.
Oh, yeah. Yes.
Okay, that's a great one. So we actually did another live one actually in the Ozarks at Shady Gators. And we had Colton Pareko. He had just won the Stanley Cup with the Blues. We had him on the podcast. He's from Canada. And I asked him when he has a child someday is if he's going to cut the umbilical cord with a hockey skate.
And what did he say?
He had no idea what to do with that information. He had no idea what to do with that question. He was like, I guess why not? And then another guy who was the manager of Boston's Pizza, where we did a bar takeover. We found out he was from Canada. He was actually wearing a Canadian hockey jersey.
Yeah, Flames.
Yep. And we asked him the same question, and he said that he didn't, but now he wishes that he would.
Yeah, he ran with it.
Oh, yeah. So we asked 2 different people who were just solely, one was hockey player, but the other one was just from Canada. We just asked them if he
happened to be wearing a hockey jersey.
He's got to be a hockey fan, right?
Like, would you cut the umbilical cord of your child with a hockey skate? So that was a good moment there.
Yeah.
What else you got here?
A lot of good shit happened at live events.
Yeah.
That we forget about.
There's the Wisconsin Dells one.
Tyler and Ryan's race to 5K.
Still going. Still going strong, baby.
Hey, yikes.
Someone also mentioned the loud neighbors here at the bunker who are constantly dropping their wrenches in the middle of the podcast.
Yes.
That was a big time bit.
Yeah. Not as much wrench dropping anymore.
No. And I believe in every podcast, probably 75% of the podcast, we're like, sorry guys, if you hear a little bit extra background noise, that's the neighbors.
Yep. Oh, wow. There it is, Ryan. Okay.
One of my favorites.
So this is a segment that we talk about a lot, but unless you listen to like episode 3 or something, you won't know what it is. And basically what we did was we took Craigslist listings and analyzed them. So basically we called it the Peoples of Craigslist. Terrible name.
That's awful.
And we did it like once or twice and I just axed it because it was just like not entertaining or boring or whatever. And Ryan always wanted to bring it back and he's always wanted to do it. So
Yeah, if there was a time where we couldn't think of what we were going to talk about, which is just about every podcast, I would just throw that out there. Let's do People's of Craigslist and shut down every time. But it's all about persistence. We're going to bring that back one day.
That's true. We'll head to the misconnections.
Yeah, well, that's what we would do.
basically like
Yeah.
shit like that. Yeah.
It was some of the shit that is on Craigslist is unbelievable.
Oh yeah.
All right. What else you got?
That's
Yeah.
everything I've already showed you. We can blame Tyler on this for not giving us.
Do you
the
have
greatest.
the You Betcha radio on your phone, the
Yeah.
Instagram? You want to just bring it to me?
Yeah, of course.
What do you think your favorite moment of YB Radio has been?
Like my personal?
Personal favorite?
That's such a tough question. Right.
There's been a lot of highlights.
It's been a lot of highlights. For me, it's the fact that we have committed to something for 2 years
Yeah.
and done it almost every single week since.
Yeah, there's been a couple weeks where we, honestly, when it was just you and I, we would take the week off just because we had to. We had merch to print, we had merch to pack, whatever it may have been. But I'd say there's not more than a handful of weeks that we did not hop on the podcast. And this was like, Miles would be chilling here all day by himself. And then I'd come here after work and we'd say, so what do you want to talk about today? And we'd fucking figure it out. And the first probably 20 to 30 episodes they were fine,
But hey, this is a good one. When we did a podcast for U Motors was a sponsor of us very early on. And they let us go in like $120,000 boat to shoot this podcast. But here's the thing: it was just sitting in their showroom. It's like we
Wasn't even on the water.
out on the lake. And then I opened a bush and like dropped it or something, and their beer went everywhere in this like really expensive boat that was in their showroom. That was a mess. They were cool about it though.
Oh God, they were the chillest about it. Don't worry about it. Some guys, if anything, that drives up the value of the boat. We did a podcast in here, Miles, you bet your guy was in this boat, spilt his own beer on the floor. This boat's gonna sell for 20,000 more.
Oh wow.
Oh
Easy.
yeah. Oh yeah.
Easy.
Also, countless top threes. Every single top three that you guys have ever done. Top three worst things about the weekend.
Top three has been a big time highlight for this podcast for sure.
Yeah.
I think top three is top three moments of the podcast.
Yeah, it's
agree.
always given us something to argue about and
Yep.
talk about, which is what we're always looking for.
Yep.
Like I said, it's like a cheesy boss's answer that it's really the journey that I loved so much to get here. But it's, to go from, hey, I got an idea that we should do a podcast. We're going to start it and we're just going to figure it out along the way. And that's kind of what we did. It was that segment sucked. Let's try something new. Or that segment was good. Let's keep expanding on that.
Yep.
Hey, we should add another person into this. Hey, we should start interviewing guests more. We should do a top three, just constantly improving it and basically going from like no listeners whatsoever.
Yeah.
I mean, we're talking like 1,000 people listening in a whole month
Yeah.
Yeah.
at the very beginning to a massive success that it is now. Not to brag, but to go from that to where we are now is just another just awesome, cool thing that's all been a part of this brand. We truly do thank the listeners for sure that they have followed us for as long as they have, that they've hit the subscribe button, that they have commented on stuff and listened every single week in and out, especially early on when we were still trying to figure it out. The patience that a lot of people had for it was really something cool. And I think that going from zero to where we are now is something that I think is my favorite part of. Some days I did not want to do this podcast. I got other things to do. I'm tired. I don't feel like talking today. And
Especially
we
to
just,
me.
especially to Ryan. And we just we did it anyways because we knew that we needed to. And 2 years. 2
Wow.
years, Ryan. Jake, do you have any more questions for us?
They're already saying that Ryan's funeral is one of the highlights of this entire podcast. So I just
Great way to end 2020.
That was a great way to end.
Yep.
yeah.
Came back to life 2021, rejuvenated.
Here he is.
I'm here, baby. I'm here.
But any like actual questions, just someone like that's not on there, just off the top of your dome.
What's your least favorite moment from this podcast? What's your low point of the podcast?
My low point of the podcast.
Hey, gotta
Do you have
remember the
one?
highs and lows. If it's not your funeral.
My low point of the podcast. I don't know, man. Like we never came out of an episode saying like, God, should we really be doing this? Is this really gonna work? That never crossed our mind one time.
I was so hoping you guys would give me some like funny answer, not some serious. Man, I was so bummed after this episode. Like,
Yeah, I think actually a high and low of this. If we go back to the first one you tried to show me, the mountain lion,
yeah,
because we were actually mad at each other. Like, that's maybe a low point. Like sometimes, like through doing content, and it's like you forget that like I'm supposed to be the boss here, and I was like actually mad, and Ryan was actually mad at the end of it, and it's like, oh shit, this got real. I would say not like necessarily a low point, but like kind of like, oh shit.
but you get what I meant about.
We
low
maybe
point,
took
yeah.
that a little bit too far. I don't know if we cut any of the very ending out or not because it did get very hostile.
Yeah, it did.
To the point where it was like, oh, I'll see you tomorrow. You fuckface.
But also the next day we came in, we're
But
like,
that is what I love about this podcast is that we will be that mad at each other, show up the next day, and it's in the past.
yep.
I think that I think that was kind of a low point for us is that we let it get that heated. The mountain lion. I mean, I will have to say that I was right the entire time.
Oh, here we
Wow.
go.
I mean,
There was really no need to argue at that point. But Ryan, any you can think of?
I think the lowest point for me was probably episode 1. Like listening back to episode 1,
Yeah.
thinking
It's
like
bad.
it was really bad.
It's like, I think that actually was your first funeral.
Probably.
You were deceased in that episode. We could have actually probably had a robot be the guest on that. I mean, I'm not saying I was great either, but
I am Ryan the t-shirt guy, and I print t-shirts for
you were just so
betcha.
serious too. I
know.
think. Yeah.
Why was I so serious?
No, you're like the Joker.
Nervous. I don't know why was I nervous.
So nervous. You, I mean, that's also a little your personality.
Kind of. Yeah.
So
Going into things. I was nervous on the first live show.
Now we
too.
got him to maybe loosen up a little bit, get a couple more
Loosey-goosey,
beers in him.
baby.
We broke him down over the last 2 years.
Yep.
Hey, just stop caring about stuff, Ryan.
I think I stopped caring after my voicemail was played because I don't know why that was probably like a high for me because for one that was a new intro to the podcast, and for two it was like I sounded like a fucking idiot, right? But I really didn't care about it because it's good for content, and we would never have had the intro if I wouldn't have sent that voicemail, and also like that was 2 weeks after You Betcha was born. So to think all the way back to there, and that was how many months before the podcast even started, and now it's circled all the way back to here. Kind of cool.
Yeah, I would agree. Coming out party for Ryan the t-shirt guy.
Yep.
Too bad it was like 50 episodes in.
It was. Hey, what was Michael Jordan saying? If you fail once, try again.
Yeah.
And I tried 50 sometimes.
And then he got it, clicked.
And we got it.
Yeah, I would say that sums it up pretty good. I mean, there's a lot of memories that we probably missed or didn't talk about. But I'm excited for the next 100.
Yeah.
Obviously, we're going to keep it rolling. We're going to keep her moving, as our guy Charlie would say. Nothing other than to basically cheers to the last 100 and cheers to the next.
Not quite sure what we're going to talk about, but
we're not quite sure what we're going to talk about in the next 100 episodes. But cheers to the next 100. Cheers to the listeners. And drink your fucking bush lattes. Okay, it is a new year. It is possibly a new us, depending on how this segment goes. We have Lakin here. She's normally featured on Lakin's Complaints, but now new segment. Heyo.
Heyo.
Lakin, we're basically asked her to create some New Year's resolutions for all three of us, me, Tyler, and Ryan. Because, I think that Lakin's been observing us. She probably has some great constructive criticism that maybe 2021 will bring us a new us through these resolutions. So Lakin, I see you got your holiday iced coffee.
Yes, always ice.
For first iced coffee I've seen on the podcast. What do you got for us?
Who do I want to start with? I think
you start with Ryan.
Ryan? Okay.
He needs the most work, I think.
Ryan, this year, I really want you to find your voice and just speak louder.
Ooh.
No one can hear you when you talk.
That's so true.
I thought this was metaphorical.
No. Completely.
No, literally, I will be sitting there, and he just will look at me, and I know he's talking to me, but he's just mouthing words.
I have to turn off the heater in the meeting.
Like, how much louder would you like me to talk?
No, honestly, you gotta crank his mic up on there, don't you?
He did switch mics on me. No, you got the same mic.
I got the same mic, Tyler.
Yeah, you're good. Yours is much higher levels than Miles.
Yours is piercing my ear.
New mic, new channel. Sorry, I'll fix her.
Maybe I'm just so relaxed at all times.
That's not true.
Okay.
This is okay. Ready, Ryan? This is us. This you POV. This is what you are like talking to. Ready? I love these. That's literally what it's like talking.
No, if
to
I
you.
close my eyes, it's Ryan.
Yeah, I agree.
I will not disagree.
But the thing is nothing will change if your eyes are open or closed because you're not hearing anything.
Right.
Here's the thing, though. When I talk, I get a little bit pissed off when someone can't hear me. It's like,
I know.
how can you not hear me? I am literally.
But the thing is it's fine if it's like only Lakin can't hear you, right?
Yeah.
Then maybe Lakin's got a lot of earwax in her ears,
correct.
right?
Yeah.
Maybe need to do a professional cleaning. But when across the board, not a single person can hear you, it's definitely a you problem.
I can hear Ryan because the only time he ever speaks to me is when he's yelling. So
Oh.
Why? Oh, because he gets mad at you?
yeah, he's always mad at me.
Or when I need something.
Or he needs something and he needs it now.
Yes. You will know if I need something and if I need it now because the voice will project.
Yeah. So that's a good resolution, Ryan.
Yeah. So I just
Hey,
really want
how
you to
many
work on
decibels?
that.
We need a measurable thing.
What am I at for mic level right now?
You are at +5.
And the goal is
What
to get
am
to
I-
like
what
plus
am I
2.
at?
0.
So my goal is to get to +2 by the end of 2020.
Yes, okay.
Is that attainable or is that like is that realistic?
No, you're at +5 and the max is +10.
Right, but I'm at 0, so that means that if he gets to +2, he will knock it down 3
Correct.
notches.
You got to bring my mic down because I'm too loud.
Oh yeah. I see what you're saying. Yes.
Got it.
Hey,
Got it.
Well,
Maybe his resolution should be math.
I want his levels to come in 2 notches higher on the audio file. So that's
you
where
have
I
to
was.
turn it down 3
Yes.
notches or whatever.
+2.
Okay.
all.
Okay, that was a good one. Now let's do Tyler. What else you got?
Tyler, I can't help but notice you pretty much wear the same thing every day.
Oh, the same vest. The same vest.
I'm not wearing a vest.
So this year,
Every day. Though.
He's actually wearing a new sweatshirt today.
yeah, I haven't seen that before.
Where'd you get that sweatshirt, by the way?
I got it from this really cool. Oh, actually, I was gonna make a joke that would be for the future, so I'm gonna.
You take
hold
that out of
back.
inventory?
No, Jade took it out for me. He got it for me.
Good.
Paid a lot of money for it. Went to a good cause. I'm wearing the Bush Latte sweatshirt, guys. I got it months ago.
And that's fine, but like every day.
What is it? What's his?
What do you want me to wear?
I want you. This is what I want you to do this year. I want you to jazz up your style a little bit.
No.
Okay.
I want Jake to take you shopping.
No.
You're gonna spend
Yes.
some quality
No.
time with Jake,
No.
and you're gonna spice up your style.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
That is someone from the Great Depression. They just can't accept change. They'll wear the
No.
same clothes every
They'll
day.
keep-
I'll
Hey,
accept the right. I might dress more like Ryan.
You gotta turn that mic down, Tyler. Jesus Christ, I can't hear anyone else speak. Right, he just wears Great Depression. He just wears a burlap sack every single
and
day.
we meet in the middle.
He looks like Dobby from Harry Potter.
Yes. The burlap sack is for potatoes, and
Yeah.
Tyler's
As soon as when because he's in the potato famine.
correct.
As soon as he empties out the potatoes out of there, he just cuts a hole in the bottom and sticks his head through it and
Yep.
his arms.
Yep.
And that's what he wears every single day.
Yeah, that's when you know life is tough because no potatoes are being harvested.
Lots of chafing.
What if
Band-aids on your nipples.
Yep. Can we meet in the middle?
what if we just like change your hat look a little bit? Like you always wear the same style of hat. What if
I'm
we just,
very
like,
particular with the shape of my hat, so I have few that I like
think
to
you
wear.
should go more hatless days.
Do you like the hat I have on today?
I can't really see it.
The doodad hat.
It's a doodad hat.
He's feeling good after he doodad buried.
Has that happened yet?
Yeah,
These little
It's going out today. It just happened on the
Okay.
podcast. Yeah.
Quick note, Jake here. Doodad is on next week, so that's why that joke does not make any sense. Teaser.
Funny though, Tyler wasn't even there, so
I did listen to it though. You did good too, Ryan. I'm not saying you didn't. I laughed
So
at yours.
before we get too far, Lakin, I want you to describe to the listeners what Tyler wears every single day.
Well, sometimes he wears sweatpants, but it's mostly those jeans, the same jeans.
I have 2 pairs of jeans that are the exact same.
how many times do you wash them? Like a month?
Once every 2 weeks, probably. I have 4 pairs of pants I
Hey,
recycle.
this is Lakin telling what you wear.
Sorry.
You don't need to
Go ahead,
explain it.
Lakin.
You wear the vest a lot, which is a nice vest, but you wear that vest a lot, or it's like a hoodie.
Yeah.
Yeah. What about like a nice flannel and an undershirt?
I wear
He does wear flannels.
a lot.
He
Yeah,
will
it's
mix it
never
in.
like it's always just like buttoned up and like.
No, you don't wear flannel that much.
Yeah.
I wear flannel twice a week.
Can you go like no shirt
Yeah.
underneath the flannel
No,
and then
we
like
need to
3
fact
buttons
check that.
undone?
No,
Jesus,
literally
Ryan.
go back and look at all the Breakfast Ball podcasts. I'm wearing a flannel in half of them.
Okay, you just
Yeah.
wanted to plug that.
Yeah.
Well,
But
it's
it's
not
the-
even
but-
that's the wrong name.
Like,
of the
but it's
podcast.
it's the
Straight
same
plug.
flannel.
Yeah.
It's the same flannel.
I mean-
No, I have 3 flannels.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So that's Ryan needs to speak louder. Tyler needs better style. I will have to say, Jake, you two do need to go.
No, can I
and
please go with
document the process.
anyone
I
else?
love that.
Anyone else?
That's where you're going.
No.
No.
Tyler, I think we'd have a good time.
No.
Yeah, you would.
Where would, okay,
It's like this is your classic 2 peas in a pod movie where you start as enemies, then like you're forced to like be put in the
Yes.
same room with each other and you're like not talking, and then like one of you makes like a farting noise and then the other one laughs, and then like it just snowballs from there, and then you're best friends.
it's
The
Step
montage
Brothers.
of him
Step
trying
Brothers.
on clothes in
Yeah.
the dressing room.
And then like him like tying or buttoning his like top button for him and shit like that. You better be careful, Tyler, because at your wedding he's gonna be one tying your tie
Lots of head
because
tilts
he's your
and
best
smiles.
because he's your best man.
No.
Before long.
No.
Ooh.
Jake, I do have a role for you in the wedding that I will reveal at a later date.
Oh.
Wow.
Mm.
I already know what it is. That's easy.
What is it?
What does Jake do for a living?
Videographer?
Oh no, that's taken care of.
Oh, okay. Not to brag, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's got a guy. He's got a guy.
He's
or
got a
gal.
guy.
I got a guy.
All right, Lakin, hit me with it. What do you got for me?
All right, Miles. We're gonna be accountability buddies because you and I both need to work on this, and don't be mad. But we're gonna work on thinking before we spazzing.
I have been working on that.
that is a great one.
I have been working on that, Lakin, for 27 years.
I know, but now we can do it together.
Different year, same shit.
Yeah.
I don't know. I actually there was a period of time where I did try and focus on not spazzing. And then I was like, you know what? You don't need all that pent up anger. Let's just let it fly.
Okay.
Yesterday I had an all-time freak out about I'm building a house, and
Well,
I
that's
had a little
different. That's a
meltdown.
high stress situation.
It shouldn't be though, but that's a whole nother
Can
story.
we talk about your most recent one?
Oh, 5 minutes ago.
You're wearing it.
Oh yeah. Okay.
I just got
Yeah, let's dive into this. I'll start my resolution after this, Lakin.
Perfect.
Brian apparently thinks whatever is mine is his. I have, I agree that I do have a lot of junk sitting here at the bunker, but in my mind, it's my junk. I got a nice package with a bunch of hats in it. I can only wear one hat at a time, so naturally there's going to be other hats that are not in use. Correct? I mean, can anyone correct?
Correct.
Me? Yes.
The math adds up.
So therefore, there's probably 2 or 3 hats sitting there, and So Ryan just pops one on his head and then claims it as his. And then when I say, "What are you doing wearing my hat?" He goes, What do you mean? That's my hat. And then he goes, "Well, you got all this stuff laying around." I go, "Oh yeah. Well, if I was when I go to your house, I'm gonna start taking stuff that's just laying around."
The one thing you do when you're angry like that, you always try to bring people in on it. You're like, "Tyler, next time we go to Ryan's, we're taking his shit."
Yeah.
It's like
he's the buffer. We talked about
You're
this.
always bringing in other people into the spaz.
Well, it's I need people to agree with me. And next time I see those pumpkin decorations next fall at your house, I'm gonna
those are not mine.
I'm gonna put a few.
Mine.
I know, but they're just laying there, so I'm just gonna take them. Ryan's at a gas station. Oh, sour candy? It's just sitting there. I might as well just take it. That's mine now. So, okay, now I will think before I spaz.
I've actually had that hat in my closet for like 3 weeks.
You've worn it a lot.
I know. And this is the first time he's noticed it.
I know. And it's first time. No, I called you out the other day and then you're wearing it again today.
That's great. Yeah. I can't say anything in this situation. You're right.
I'm surprised you didn't take the underwear that got sent to me and put those on.
Did you take any pairs?
I got a couple pairs in the drawer.
No, I made sure you didn't.
I did put one like on my desk. Like, what's this doing here?
I know.
I'm like, well, you got 6 of them over there. It might as well.
I know.
You should
They're
spread
mine.
the wealth.
This is how this is just how shit hits the fan.
I know. We need Tyler to start getting free stuff because he's only going to wear one thing anyway. So I'll take
That
the
is
rest of it.
actually a good point.
Not after Jake is done with
No.
it.
True.
And don't get me wrong. You guys are free to go, "Hey, can I have this?" And I'll say yes or no. You would ask me about this hat, I would have said no.
Okay. We could spend a whole day on yes or no.
Yeah, that's fine. So just get it out in the open.
Okay.
Ryan, can I offer you a little advice with Miles's merch boxes that he gets? If I ever ask him for something, I always pick not the coolest thing, not the second coolest thing, but the third coolest thing.
I'm pretty much going to let that go then.
Because it's still pretty cool, and I'm getting it for free, but Miles isn't attached to it yet.
How about those boots, Tyler? Those fitting pretty good?
I don't know what boots you're talking about.
Is it so one of the boots I didn't like?
You got 2 of the same pair, so I took one.
Oh, I don't care about that.
Thank God. You were gone, and I needed boots.
What
and
if you
I
did
threw
that?
them
I'm
on.
going to buy that hat and I'm going to wear it. And you're gonna be
No, that's fine. This is a free country.
No, but I want the scenario of you thinking I have your hat again, but I actually don't.
No, because I will know exactly where it is.
Yeah, it'll be in the corner.
That's the thing. You guys make fun of my piles and stuff over there. I know where everything is.
Meticulous mounds.
Because did you see me
get
looking around in the one spot over there before I saw you were wearing this hat? I was like, "Where is that hat?" I told Ryan to take it off the other day. Where is it? And then I look on his GD head and he's wearing it.
Yep.
All right.
Yep.
Okay, Lincoln.
Shoot or shoot.
I will I'll think before I spaz for the rest of the year now.
Same.
Got that out of my system. That's good for us. I'm glad
Yes.
we're gonna tackle that one together.
Accountability buddies.
Yes. Do you have any more for Ryan? I'm sure you got a bunch more for Ryan.
For Ryan, the only other thing I maybe thought about was trying a new sport, just because you seem focused on just one specific sport. So maybe like branching out and maybe trying like something with like a disc that's a similar concept or
Disc golf.
Yeah.
Well, here's the thing about me, Lakin. When I set my mind on one thing, I am going all in on it.
Oh, okay.
He's kind of a crazy person.
Right
like
now,
that.
it's golf. It's golf with a club and a ball, not a disc.
Why are you so intense?
He's very intense.
I'm just laying the situation out. I'm trying to get my mic levels down.
Also,
right?
do we have enough time to be able to have multiple sports that we're working on?
No.
Weightlifting is a sport, right?
Yeah.
You
So
lift? I didn't know you lifted.
Yeah.
Oh, my name's
Hey, you call.
I lost 6 pounds while I was sick.
I did.
That's my type of exercise.
Do you even lift, bro? You call those pecs?
Yeah, I'll fucking dance. I'll dance circles around you with these pecs.
now you want to dance with me? What's going on?
Well, what have you thought about maybe taking like an improv class? Because sometimes when you say joke to me, you're very serious, and I don't know if you're joking or not.
Yeah, I need to be able to separate serious from sarcastic better.
Yeah.
I think is what you're getting at. I would agree. I would agree.
Okay.
And I've been trying to get better at that because a lot of times it sounds like I'm mad, but I'm actually not.
So is that a different resolution?
Yes.
Okay.
Sorry.
Figured out your sarcasm a little bit better.
I cut him off because he was talking about golf too much.
All right. Hey, what other ones you got for Ryan? Because I don't think you have any more for me or Tyler. So.
I had one more for Tyler, but.
All right, let's hear it.
Okay.
Let's hear it.
Sometimes you come in and you're kind of a grumpy gill, and I don't understand because you drink so much caffeine.
No,
It's not kicked in yet.
So here's what you need to understand. It's a one phrase thing. He lived through the Great Depression.
That's true.
So he's
Okay.
perpetually
Circling back to
angry
that.
about everything.
Every morning I'm ready for death.
Yes. He's prepared to meet his
You
maker.
say I'm intense. Did you just hear what he said?
He's prepared to meet his
More like
maker every
sad.
single
At
day.
least you're not sad.
I'm not sad. I'm always happy. Intensely happy.
So I don't know if a resolution's gonna be able to fix that.
All right.
It's the resolution
you know what?
basically would be to be born after the Great Depression.
Going
Is
shopping with Jake will not help that problem.
Oh,
Oh, actually, you know what?
not
I
with
think-
that attitude.
I think you got a fever, and the only prescription is more Jake.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Can I also?
We're
Can I,
get-
can
this
I-
is tough.
Can I also add something to that, Lakin? Tyler's in a bad mood when he walks in and you say something funny, and then the way he smiles, he goes like this, bad for podcasting, but he goes,
He does do that face.
he goes,
yeah.
It's basically like he's just got his mouth open and he pulls his chin back
Yeah.
into his throat.
kind of sticks the tongue out.
I know exactly what you're talking about. That is the worst face. he makes. I don't think he makes a worse face.
That's how you know what kind of day he's having.
Hey,
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
you know, Tyler, he's kind of like,
Yeah, he's kind of like,
I have no words for this.
but am I
just
accurate?
make the face.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just make the face.
I can't do it.
You were
I
kind of
can't.
just doing
do
it.
it.
You were kind of,
No,
yeah,
no.
I don't know what
It's a
you're.
little more like back.
So yes,
yeah, right there,
Yeah,
right
no.
there.
it's the worst face.
Scrunch your
Yeah, good
nose.
for radio.
Yeah, great radio.
Great
All
for
right,
radio.
Lakin, you got one more for me or what?
For you, no.
Yeah,
That
you
was
do.
a-
You told me it.
Lakin,
Oh,
say it now.
okay. One more thing. So, I think you could improve on boosting employee morale around here by, spontaneously bringing in donuts or paying for lunch or maybe like something small like adding in like a hot tub. break or something.
lunch?
Paying
for lunch.
Look at the levels on that thing.
I have paid for more lunches than in the last year.
I will agree with that.
some bosses pay in 10 years.
I will agree with that. I will agree.
lunch like every other day.
Wow, she was setting up the punchline of
okay.
the hot tub.
Yeah, you missed the hot tub part.
You
That
want
was a joke.
Yeah.
She said a bunch of little things and
Can
ended
I
with
get
a
a
huge
hot
one.
tub?
But then you didn't think and you spazzed out.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh, you're right. Ooh. Okay. This is what my reaction has been. Oh man, you're totally right. But I would have to disagree on one point that I do buy lunches quite often,
You're
but I'll
right.
keep working on doing it more.
You sound like the turtle from
Is that-
Finding Nemo.
Is that better? Is that a better response?
That was a little bit better.
Okay.
We're getting better in 2021.
Wow. Buy more lunches. Okay. All right.
No, it was a hot tub.
Well, I'm gonna have to call my banker and get a freaking loan so I can pay for all your guys' lunches in 2021.
It was easy, Miles, when it was just you and I. Oh, should we get lunch today? Yeah. $12 later.
Yeah,
we'd both be fed.
Well, it was easy for you because you just were charging it no matter what, even if you offered to pay. I was paying for lunch every day. Anyways.
that we could have said that as a resolution for me that I've already fixed.
Yeah,
Right.
that was your 2021, and did you fix it? I don't know.
I did.
I gotta
yeah.
check the statement.
Check the statement.
Does anyone? And by the way, side note: does anyone actually still check like hard bank statements anymore?
Probably
No.
Tyler.
No, e-statements. I check my statements online.
Don't you just look at your account on the app?
Yeah. But
Then you actually like look at the piece of paper bank statement,
No, I mean, when
like
I
the
get
PDF document.
when I get the email that I have a statement in, I go to my app and then check my statement.
Sure.
Just scroll through.
Okay.
Sure.
Because but actually looking at the PDF document, why
No.
do they even do those anymore?
I don't know. I think they have to.
I think they have to, but it's just like I haven't looked at one of those in years.
yeah. Doesn't
I
show
don't even
pen-
know where to find I know that you can find the PDF document on your banking app, but I have no idea where to find it at. But yeah, okay. Well, I guess I won't spaz as much, and I'll just buy more lunches in 20. I don't know if that's possible.
You can do it.
I literally probably hit 90% lunches bought. So I guess we got to get up to 95 in 2021.
Smart
So-
goals.
Yep.
So you,
You know
want
what?
a hot tub? That's where you're going with that. I
Yeah.
totally cut you off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry,
It's
I
fine, I'm
spazzed.
used to it.
Hot tub. Why a hot tub? Are you sure you want to sit in a hot tub with these guys?
No, we can have like
Shifts.
shifts, yeah. Like sign up.
You got to rent it out.
Yeah.
It's a
We can
sign-up
turn
sheet.
Ryan's office into the hot tub room.
Everyone goes solo except for Tyler and Jake have to go in the hot tub together.
I don't like hot tubs.
Jake
Wow,
will be
you're
like,
gonna-
They're
Jake
too
will be like,
luxurious.
hey man, my foot is killing me. You want to give me the massage?
He'd be
quick?"
like, bro, did you know that I made hot tubs? I invented them. I'm a hot tub expert.
Did you know that the jets push out water because they're jets?
Did you know one time I had a hot tub and I was by the ocean, so I just took salt water and put it in the hot tub, and I didn't need chemicals after that. It's called a saltwater tub.
Did you know that one time I took a photo of a hot tub and now it's all over the internet as a stock photo?
Was that on the podcast or is this an inside joke?
That's a off the podcast inside joke. Jake took a photo in I think elementary school
Yeah,
before the
something like that.
cameras
Yeah.
were even invented.
Yep, iPhone 4.
And he said that his video, he shared it to Reddit and went viral, and now it's everywhere.
Yeah.
But he had no way to prove that it was
No,
his photo.
we looked for
No.
30 minutes. Pinterest. He saw it on Pinterest. It was used as like a funny memes board.
Yeah.
That was a stock photo.
Yeah.
That was Jake's photo.
That was Jake.
Yeah. We'll find it,
We'll
Jake.
just call him stock photo Jake from now on.
Yep.
So if you guys are looking for any dope stock photos, Jake's got a whole library.
Did you know that Jake actually invented Shutterfly, dude?
Holy shit. Yeah, we should get together more and rip on each other more often. This has been good.
Good.
Poor Jared, he's like,
Yeah.
I don't get any of these
He like
jokes.
slowly backed.
Yeah, he's just like, I don't get any of these jokes. This is a lot of hostility going on. I'm
Yeah.
out. And for that reason, I'm out.
I am out as well.
He's doing the Homer Simpson fade into the hedge.
Oh, Jake made that
He did.
GIF.
Oh,
actually.
yeah, he did.
Yeah.
Did you know that he actually wrote The Simpsons?
Wow.
The whole,
Wow, Jake.
The whole series.
Very,
weird.
very
You think you put that on your resume, but
Yeah.
you didn't.
He's humble. He's a humble guy. You know,
Yeah.
Jake.
So humble.
You just gotta ask though. You just gotta ask, and he'll tell you.
Yeah.
Jake, you want to say anything here?
No, he got him off. He got
Thanks, Jake. Thank
muted.
Thank you for your time.
That was good, Tyler.
a resolution.
Muted again.
Thank you, Jake.
Hey, I hate to say it, but we missed Tyler on the podcast yesterday.
Hey, you guys did good though. I listened to it.
Oh, did we?
He did. He did the face for all our listeners out
If you
there.
want to see the face, you just got to go to our Instagram page and you'll see it. We'll
Yeah.
get that posted. So, hey Ryan, you want to close out the podcast for us?
Lovely,
Guys,
please.
Thanks again for listening in episode 100. For all of those who have been a part of the journey for all 100 episodes, we also appreciate you guys. It's been quite the journey. We just hit triple digits. So, Lakin, always a good time having you on the podcast.
Thank you.
Looking forward to it again. Guys, the merch is opening up quick. Make sure you stay tuned at You Betcha Threads on Instagram. Lakin will have you updated on when the merch drops. If you haven't yet, give us a rating, give us a review. We really appreciate it. We're 100 episodes in, and no sign of slowing down. I am Ryan, the T-shirt guy.
And I am Miles, the You Betcha guy. May your ranch always be runny. Your bush lattes forever be cold. I'm going to buy you guys lunch after this.
Hell yeah.
Cheers, Lakin and Ryan and
Cheers.
Tyler and kind of Jake. Oh my God, that coffee's hot.
Mine's cold.
Oh, you betcha, yeah.
Yeah.